there is a strange and quiet ache that can settle into a life almost without notice. It's the feeling of watching your own days pass as if you are a spectator sitting in a distant row, seeing the scenes unfold on a screen. The laughter happens, but you feel the echo of it rather than the full, body-shaking joy. The conversations take place, but you hear your own voice as if it belongs to someone else, speaking lines from a script you didn't know you had memorized. Days blur into a soft, indistinct watercolor of routine. Monday melts into Wednesday, April into June. And in the quiet moments, perhaps late at night just like this, a question surfaces from the deep. Is this it? Is this what it feels like to be truly here? This journey we are about to begin is an exploration of that very question. It's a gentle inquiry into the subtle fog that can gather between you and your own experience, and the quiet, courageous journey of finding your way back to the heart of your own existence. By the time our journey concludes, we will have touched upon the profound wisdom of why we sometimes drift away, and the simple, beautiful art of returning home to ourselves moment by moment. And as we prepare to begin, just take a quiet moment to simply acknowledge where you are in the world right now. What time is it for you? Is the moon high in a dark sky? Or is the first faint hint of dawn beginning to paint the horizon? There's no need to answer or to do anything at all. Just notice. Acknowledge this specific, unique pocket of time and space that belongs only to you. This quiet, personal moment is the ground from which we begin. This time is entirely yours. Now, allow your body to settle. Let it find the position of most comfort, of most ease. Feel the gentle pull of gravity, a constant, reassuring presence holding you to the earth. Give yourself permission to let go of the day. You can picture it as a heavy cloak you've been wearing, filled with the conversations, the tasks, the worries, the lists. And now, you can simply allow that cloak to slide from your shoulders, falling away to the floor, leaving you lighter. You don't need it anymore for today. Notice any tension you might be holding in your body, not with judgment, but with a gentle curiosity. Perhaps it's in your jaw. See if you can create a tiny bit of space between your upper and lower teeth, letting the muscles soften. Perhaps it's in your shoulders, which may be drawn up towards your ears. Allow them to gently release, to melt downwards, away from your neck. Notice your hands. Are they clenched? If they are, just invite them to open, to rest with palms up or down, whatever feels most peaceful. This is a space of non-doing. Nothing is required of you here. There are no expectations to meet, no goals to achieve. Your only task is to rest. Your only job is to be. And in this safety, in this quiet, we can begin to look at this feeling of being a ghost in our own lives, not as a problem to be solved, but as a messenger with something important to tell us. This feeling isn't a sign that you are broken or that you have failed. On the contrary, it is a profound signal from the deepest part of you. It's a quiet knock on the door of your awareness. It's a whisper that says, I am here. I am still here underneath it all. And I miss the feeling of the sun on my skin. I miss the taste of my food. I miss the sound of real laughter. It is the soul's homing signal, calling you back from the shores of numbness and distraction. Living on autopilot is an experience so common to our modern world that we rarely even have the words for it. We just call it being busy, or stressed, or tired. But it's a unique state of being, isn't it? It's the state of functioning without truly feeling. It's driving a familiar route and suddenly arriving at your destination with no memory of the journey. It's finishing a meal and not recalling the taste of a single bite. It's nodding through a conversation while your mind is a million miles away, sorting through a mental to-do list. This is not a moral failing. It is a survival mechanism. It is a testament to your own strength and resilience. At some point, for very good reasons, your system learned that it was safer or more efficient or simply less painful to check out, to numb the sharp edges of overwhelm or disappointment or sheer exhaustion. Autopilot became a refuge, a way to keep moving forward when standing still and feeling everything was simply too much to bear. It served a purpose. It got you here, to this very moment, resting in this bed, listening to this voice. It protected you. And yet, a shelter built for a storm can begin to feel like a prison when the sun comes out. What once kept you safe can now keep you from experiencing the warmth, the color, the vibrancy of your own life. The very mechanism that shielded you from pain can also inadvertently shield you from joy. It can mute the brilliant colors of a sunset just as effectively as it dulls the ache of a long day. It muffles the symphony of a beautiful piece of music with the same efficiency that it silences the noise of anxiety. And so, we arrive at this gentle paradox. The part of us that works so hard to keep us going is now the very thing that makes us feel like we're not truly living. The ghost in your life is the shadow of your own protector. And our work, here in the safety of the night, is not to banish this ghost, but to understand it, to listen to its story with compassion, to thank it for its service, and then, with kindness and infinite patience, to let it know that you are safe now. You are safe enough to feel again. You are ready to slowly, gently open the door of that shelter and step back out into the world of your own senses, your own emotions, your own one-of-a-kind life. This is not a process of force. It is a process of invitation. You are simply creating the conditions for your own awareness to return, like a shy creature emerging from its burrow when it finally senses that the coast is clear. Let that be the feeling that carries you towards sleep tonight. A sense of gentle, compassionate curiosity. A willingness to simply be with what is, without needing to fix it or change it. The journey of waking up begins not with a jolt, but with a softening. It begins with permission. Permission to rest. Permission to feel. Permission to be exactly where you are, right here, right now, letting go of the long day and sinking into the deep, healing quiet that awaits. The work is already beginning, simply by you being here, choosing to listen. So let us, in this quiet space, gently name this feeling. Let's call it autopilot. The word itself has no judgment in it. It is simply a description of a state, like describing the weather as cloudy or the sea as calm. To name it is an act of gentle power. It's the first step in moving from being unconsciously driven by a pattern to consciously witnessing it. It's like being in a dense fog and finally giving the fog a name. It doesn't make the fog disappear, not yet, but it changes your relationship to it. You are no longer lost in an unnamed confusion. You are a person standing within a fog, aware of its presence. And that small shift in awareness is everything. It is the beginning of finding your way. Consider the sensation of this autopilot state. For many, it feels like being wrapped in a thick, heavy blanket. Not a comforting, warm blanket, but one that is just a little too heavy, a little too dense. It's a blanket woven from the threads of routine, of obligation, of the endless to-do lists that populate our minds. It muffles the world around you. Sounds from the outside seem a little distant. Colors seem a little less vibrant. It's as if you're experiencing life through a layer of gauze. This blanket also dulls the sensations from within. The sharp sting of sadness is muted to a low, persistent ache. The bright spark of joy is softened to a dim, fleeting warmth. It's a state of being insulated from the peaks and the valleys, which at one time might have felt necessary for survival. But living under this heavy blanket is exhausting. It takes an incredible amount of energy to maintain this state of numbness. It's the effort of constantly, subtly pushing life away, pushing away the fullness of sensation, the richness of emotion, the raw, unpredictable beauty of the present moment. This is why you can feel so tired at the end of a day where it feels like you've accomplished nothing of meaning. You have been carrying the weight of this invisible blanket, a constant draining effort that happens just beneath the surface of your conscious mind. It's the deep weariness that comes not from doing too much, but from feeling too little. And under this blanket, a familiar pattern begins to emerge. It's the pattern of just getting through. Think about it for a moment. How often does that phrase echo in your mind? Just have to get through this meeting. Get through this difficult conversation. Get through the morning routine, the commute, the pile of emails. Let's just get through the week, and then we can finally relax on the weekend. Let's get through these next few months, and then the vacation will be here. Life becomes a series of hurdles to clear, a sequence of moments to endure rather than to inhabit. Each day is not a field of experience to be explored, but a track to be run, with the finish line being the moment you can finally fall into bed, just as you are doing now, and let the day dissolve. This pattern is not born of a lack of desire for life. It is born of a depletion of resources. When your energy is low, when your emotional capacity is stretched thin, the mind cleverly defaults to its most efficient setting. And the most efficient setting is to focus only on the next necessary task. The autopilot engages, navigating the known routes of your day, conserving energy for what it perceives as survival. It's a brilliant strategy in its own way. It ensures the bills get paid, the children get fed, the responsibilities are met. It keeps the machinery of your life running. But the trade-off is that the pilot, the conscious, feeling, present you, is no longer at the controls. You are in the passenger seat, watching the familiar scenery go by, feeling the rumble of the engine, but not the feeling of your own hands on the wheel. Let's acknowledge this without any sense of failure. Can you feel the truth of this in your own experience? That feeling of ticking boxes, of moving from one task to the next with a sense of detached efficiency. The subtle relief that comes with crossing something off the list, immediately replaced by the weight of the next item. There is no space between the notes. There is no pause to breathe. Life becomes a run-on sentence, and you have forgotten what it feels like to reach a full stop, to take a deep breath, and to simply be in the silence that follows. The silence isn't empty. It's where the meaning resides. It's where you get to feel the resonance of what you've just experienced. But the autopilot fears the silence. It keeps moving, keep doing, keep planning, because in the stillness, feelings might arise. And the autopilot's primary directive was to protect you from being overwhelmed by those very feelings. So as you lie here now, feel the actual blanket or duvet that covers you. Notice its real weight, its texture, its temperature. This blanket is real. It is here to provide comfort and warmth. The other blanket, the heavy one, of numbness and disconnection, is just a pattern, a habit of the mind. It feels real. It has real effects, but it is not a permanent part of you. It is a strategy you adopted, and what can be adopted can also, with time and gentleness, be set aside. You do not have to tear it off. You do not have to fight it. The first, most crucial step is simply to recognize it for what it is, to see it, to acknowledge its weight and the reason you first pulled it around you. Tonight, your only work is to notice, to say, without words, to the deepest part of yourself, "Ah, I see. This is the autopilot. This is the heavy blanket. I see how tired it has made me, and that is okay." This simple act of seeing, of naming with compassion, is the first light of dawn breaking through the fog. It is the beginning of remembering. As you rest here, sinking deeper into comfort, let's gently turn our awareness toward the space that this autopilot creates. It is a curious, almost invisible phenomenon. It's the subtle distance between you, the observer, the one who feels, and the life you are living. Think of a recent conversation you had. Can you recall it? Perhaps you can remember the words that were spoken, the facts that were exchanged. But can you recall the feeling in the room? Can you remember what it felt like in your own body as you were speaking, as you were listening? Was there a warmth in your chest, a tightness in your throat, a sense of ease in your shoulders? For many of us living on autopilot, the memory of an event is like a transcript, a black and white record of what was said and done. The color, the texture, the emotional landscape of the moment, that is what gets lost in the fog. This is the space we are exploring, the space between the script of your life and the felt experience of it. It's the difference between knowing you had dinner with a friend and remembering the taste of the food, the sound of their laughter, the way the light caught their eyes as they told a story. It's the difference between knowing you went for a walk and remembering the feeling of the cool air on your skin, the scent of rain on the pavement, the rhythm of your own footsteps. The autopilot is excellent at recording the events. It keeps a perfect logbook, but it is not designed to record the experience. Its job is efficiency, not richness. And so, a gap forms, a space between you and your own precious moments. And here is a vital transformative insight. This autopilot mechanism, this space creator, is not you. This is so important to truly let sink in. You are not the numbness. You are not the disconnection. You are not the fog. You are the one who is noticing the numbness, the disconnection, the fog. The very fact that you can perceive this feeling of being on autopilot is proof that there is a part of you that is not on autopilot. There is a witness, a core of awareness within you that has been patiently watching, waiting. This core self is the part of you that yearns for connection, that feels the quiet ache of a life half lived. It is the source of your desire to wake up. So when you feel that sense of being a ghost in your own life, try not to identify with it. Instead, see it as a weather pattern passing through the sky of your awareness. You are the sky, not the clouds. This autopilot is a strategy. It's a complex and sophisticated software program that your brilliant subconscious mind installed a long time ago. Think about when it might have started. Perhaps it was during a period of intense stress at work or school, when the sheer volume of demands made it impossible to feel everything. So the system downregulated. It turned the volume of life down from a 10 to a 3, just so you could cope. Perhaps it was during a time of grief or heartbreak, when the pain was so immense that feeling it all at once would have been shattering. So the system created a kind of emotional anesthetic, allowing you to function while the deepest healing happened far below the surface. Or perhaps it wasn't one big event, but a slow accumulation. The drip, drip, drip of daily stress, of minor disappointments, of the subtle ways we are taught to suppress our true feelings in order to be polite, productive, or agreeable. Over time, the system learned that being a little bit numb was simply the easiest way to navigate the world. And oh, the fatigue that comes from this. It is a profound, soul-deep exhaustion. It's not just the physical tiredness from a long day. It's the exhaustion that comes from the constant, low-level effort of holding your own aliveness at bay. Think of trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes a tremendous, sustained effort. Your muscles are constantly engaged, constantly pushing against the natural buoyancy of the ball. Living on autopilot is just like that. Your spirit, your life force, naturally wants to rise. It wants to feel, to connect, to experience. The autopilot is the constant, subtle pressure that holds it down, keeps it submerged in the calm, predictable depths, away from the unpredictable waves on the surface. That effort, maintained over days, weeks, years, is deeply, deeply tiring. It can leave you feeling drained, apathetic, and wondering why you have so little energy, even when you've had enough sleep. It's the weariness of the soul. Acknowledging this is an act of supreme kindness to yourself. For so long, you may have judged yourself for this fatigue. You may have called it laziness or apathy or a lack of motivation. You may have tried to fight it with more caffeine, more sugar, more pushing, more striving. But tonight, can you offer yourself a different perspective? Can you see this exhaustion not as a character flaw, but as a completely understandable consequence of a protective mechanism working over time? Can you look upon your own tiredness with compassion, with understanding? Imagine you could speak to it. You might say, I understand now. I see why you are so tired. You have been working so hard to keep me safe, to keep me functioning. You have been holding so much for so long. Thank you. It is okay to rest now. This is how we begin to heal. Not by fighting the autopilot, but by understanding it. Not by judging the fatigue, but by honoring the immense effort it represents. As you lie here, letting your body grow heavier, more relaxed, allow this understanding to settle into your bones. The distance you feel from your life is not a personal failure. It is the result of a brilliant protective strategy. The exhaustion you feel is not laziness. It is the honorable fatigue of a system that has been in a state of high alert for far too long. There is nothing wrong with you. You are a human being whose system has adapted perfectly and intelligently to the circumstances of your life. And from this place of compassionate understanding, from this place of gentle acknowledgement, the first possibility of a new way of being can begin to emerge. You are simply noticing the space, and in doing so, you are already beginning to bridge it. Let's explore this idea a little more deeply. This understanding that the autopilot was born from a genuine need to survive. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a mistake. It was a deeply intelligent, instinctual response from your nervous system to a world that felt like too much. Think of the nervous system as a finely tuned instrument designed to register every nuance of experience. But what happens when the music becomes a cacophony? What happens when the sound is too loud, the lights are too bright, the demands are too many? The instrument doesn't break. It has a built-in safety feature. It muffles itself. It turns down its own sensitivity to avoid blowing a fuse. This is the autopilot. It's the brain's emergency broadcast system, cutting into regular programming to say, conditions are overwhelming. We are now switching to essential functions only. Conserve all energy. Emotional processing will be temporarily suspended until the threat has passed. And what constitutes a threat? It isn't always a dramatic life or death event. For the sensitive human nervous system, the threat can be chronic stress at a job that feels misaligned with your soul. It can be the constant, low-grade anxiety of financial worry. It can be the emotional exhaustion of caring for others without sufficiently caring for yourself. It can be the accumulated pain of 1,000 tiny rejections, 1,000 moments of not feeling seen or understood. It can be the overwhelming flood of information, of bad news, of social comparison that comes from our digital world. Your system, in its infinite wisdom, recognized that to feel the full weight of all of this, all at once, day after day, would be unsustainable. It would lead to burnout, to breakdown. So, it did the most logical, compassionate thing it could do. It started to numb you out. It wrapped you in that heavy blanket to protect you from the relentless storm of overstimulation. It was an act of profound self-preservation. And for that, it deserves not your judgment, but your gratitude. Can you, just for a moment, feel a sense of appreciation for this protective mechanism? Can you think of a time in your life when being a little numb, a little disconnected, was exactly what you needed to get through? A time when the ability to just put one foot in front of the other without being swamped by emotion was a gift? This autopilot has been your faithful, tireless guardian. It has stood watch through long, difficult nights. It has steered the ship through treacherous waters, while you, the captain, were below deck, needing to rest and recover. It has absorbed blows you were not ready to feel. It has faced the world for you when you did not have the strength. It did its job perfectly. It helped you get here, to this moment of safety, of quiet, of rest. So, before we ask it to step aside, we must first honor its service. We must bow to the wisdom it represents. We can say a silent thank you to this part of ourselves. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for your tireless work. I see you, and I appreciate everything you have done for me. This changes everything. We are no longer at war with a part of ourselves. We are not trying to defeat an enemy. We are entering into a respectful dialogue with a trusted old guard. We are letting it know that its service is honored and that the nature of its duty is now changing. Perhaps the most helpful way to see this is through an analogy. Imagine you were walking through a wild, unpredictable landscape and a fierce storm began to rage. The wind howled, the rain lashed down, and you felt exposed and vulnerable. In the midst of this chaos, you found a small, sturdy stone hut. You rushed inside, barred the door, and huddled in the darkness, listening to the storm rage outside. In that moment, the hut was your savior. It was dark, it was cramped, it was simple, but it was safe. It protected you from the fury of the elements. You were profoundly grateful for it. You stayed inside the hut for a long time, and the storm went on for so long that you began to forget what the outside world was like. The sound of the wind and rain became the normal soundtrack to your life. The dim light of the hut became your reality. Then one day, the storm passed. The wind died down. The rain stopped. The sun came out. But you inside the hut, you didn't know. You had grown so accustomed to the shelter, so used to its protection, that you didn't even think to check the door. Your life continued in the familiar, safe but limited confines of the hut. You might hear faint birdsong outside, but it would be muffled. You might see a sliver of light under the door, but you wouldn't know it was the brilliant light of a new day. The shelter that once saved you has now, unintentionally, become a cage. It's a cage that limits your experience, that keeps you from feeling the warmth of the sun, from breathing the fresh, clean air, from seeing the vibrant colors of the world after the rain. The Autopilot is this hut. It was built for a storm. It was necessary. It was life-saving. But the storm, for many of us, has passed. Or at least, it has subsided enough that it is now safe to peek outside. The emergency is over. The state of high alert can be gently, gradually stood down. Waking up is not about tearing down the hut. It's not about blasting the door off its hinges. That would be violent and shocking to a system that has become accustomed to the quiet and the dark. Instead, it's about gently, curiously, walking over to the door. It's about placing a hand on the old, familiar wood. It's about turning the handle slowly. It's about unbarring the lock, not with force, but with a sense of reverence for the protection it provided. And then, it's about just cracking the door open just a tiny bit and letting a single shaft of light pierce the darkness. Letting a single breath of fresh air mix with the stale air inside. It is a slow, patient process of reacclimatizing to the world of sensation, of aliveness. And you get to control the pace. If the light is too bright, you can close the door a little. If the sounds are too loud, you can retreat back into the quiet. There is no rush. The sun will still be there. The world will be waiting. This journey is simply about remembering that you have a choice. You are no longer a refugee from a storm, but the resident of a shelter you can now choose to leave whenever you feel ready. As this understanding settles, a profound sense of release becomes possible. It is the release that comes from realizing you are not alone in this feeling. The experience of living on autopilot, of feeling like a spectator to your own life, is not some strange, personal failing that you alone must carry. It is a deep and profoundly common part of the modern human experience. In this moment, all across the planet, there are millions of other people lying in their own beds, in their own quiet rooms, feeling the very same ache of disconnection that you have felt. There are people in bustling cities and quiet countrysides, people who are young and old, people whose lives look incredibly successful from the outside, who are privately wrestling with this same sense of being a ghost at their own feast. You are part of a vast, silent tribe of souls who have, for very good reasons, learned to hold their breath and are now, slowly, tentatively, remembering how to exhale. Let this knowledge wash over you. Let it dissolve any lingering feelings of isolation. Your experience is not a symptom of being broken. It is a symptom of being human in a world that often asks more of us than our nervous systems are designed to handle. We live in a culture that glorifies doing over being. We are praised for our productivity, for our ability to multitask, for our resilience in the face of relentless pressure. We are taught from a very young age to push through our feelings, to ignore our body's signals of exhaustion, to put on a brave face and keep going, no matter what. The autopilot is the logical, inevitable outcome of this cultural conditioning. It is the path of least resistance in a world that rewards numbness and penalizes sensitivity. So, to feel this way is not strange. In many ways, it is the most normal response imaginable. And here is something truly beautiful to consider. Your desire to feel more, your longing to wake up and be present in your own life, is not a sign of your failure. It is the undeniable sign of your incredible spirit. It is the proof that your core self, the true you, has never been extinguished. It has been waiting patiently, beneath the layers of numbness, beneath the heavy blanket of protection. It is the indestructible pilot light of your soul. And right now, it is flickering a little brighter, signaling that it is ready for more. This desire is the most hopeful, vital sign you could possibly have. It is the first green shoot pushing its way through the concrete of routine. It is the homing beacon of your heart, calling you back to yourself. So please, if you take nothing else away tonight, let it be this. Honor this longing. Treat it not as a problem, but as your greatest guide. It is the voice of your own aliveness, whispering, "I'm still here. Let's go home." With this understanding, we can begin to consciously release any shame or guilt that may have attached itself to this experience. Shame is a heavy, sticky emotion. It's the voice that whispers, "There is something wrong with me. I should be better than this. I should be able to handle things. I should be more grateful, more present, more alive." This voice of shame is not your own. It is the internalized voice of a culture that doesn't make space for the full, messy, beautiful spectrum of human experience. It is a critic that knows nothing of your journey, nothing of the storms you have weathered, nothing of the incredible strength it has taken for you to simply arrive at this day. So tonight, we can gently ask that voice to step aside. We can acknowledge its presence, and then let it know that its perspective is no longer needed. Imagine you could take all the guilt about wasted time, all the shame about feeling disconnected, all the self-criticism, and gather it all up. See it not as a monster, but as a collection of heavy, gray stones that you have been carrying in your pockets for a very long time. You've carried them for so long, you may have even forgotten their weight. But now, you can become aware of them. And here, in the safety and privacy of your own mind, you can reach into your pockets, one by one, and take these stones out. Feel their weight in your hands. Acknowledge what each one represents. The guilt for a missed moment, the shame of feeling numb, the fear that you'll never change. And then, one by one, you can simply let them go. You can let them drop to the ground, where they can be reabsorbed by the earth. You don't have to throw them. You don't have to fight them. You just have to open your hands and release your grip. Feel the lightness that comes with this release, the simple, profound relief of putting down a burden you were never meant to carry. The truth is, you have been doing the best you can with the tools and resources you had at the time. Your system did what it had to do to protect you. There is no blame. There is no judgment. There is only the compassionate recognition of a human being navigating a complex world in the most intelligent way it knew how. And that human being is you. And you are worthy of your own compassion. You are worthy of your own kindness. This process of releasing shame is not a one-time event. It is a practice. The voice of the inner critic may return. The old feelings of guilt may surface again. And when they do, you can meet them with the same gentle understanding. You can greet them like an old, familiar acquaintance and say, "Ah, I see you are here again. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I am choosing a different path now. I am choosing the path of compassion." Each time you do this, you weaken the hold of shame and you strengthen the muscle of self-acceptance. You are rewiring your own brain, teaching it with patience and repetition that your worth is not dependent on your level of presence or productivity. Your worth is inherent. It is unconditional. You are worthy of love and belonging simply because you exist. And as you drift towards sleep, let this feeling of validation be the ground beneath you. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are a human being on a journey, and your desire to feel more is the truest compass you will ever have. Rest in that knowledge. Rest in the profound peace of self-acceptance. Now, as we rest in this space of compassion and self-acceptance, something tender may begin to surface. It is a quiet grief. It is the subtle, often unacknowledged sadness for the time that feels lost to the fog. This is a delicate and important part of the journey. When we begin to wake up to the reality of having been on autopilot, it is natural to look back and feel a pang of loss for the moments, the days, perhaps even the years that seem to have slipped by in a blur. We might think of our children's fleeting childhood and realize we were present for the logistics, but perhaps absent for the magic. We might remember beautiful vacations that exist now only as photographs, the felt experience of them having evaporated. We might recall conversations with loved ones, now gone, and wish we could have been more fully there, more deeply connected. This is not about regret. Regret is a harsh, judgmental energy that keeps us stuck in the past. This is about grief. Grief is a soft, gentle, cleansing energy. It is the heart's natural response to loss, and the loss of one's own time, one's own presence, is a real and valid loss to mourn. So, for the next few moments, let's create a perfectly safe space for this quiet grief to be felt. If it is there for you, there is no need to force it and no need to fear it. If it arises, the invitation is simply to allow it to be. Imagine that your heart is a vast, calm ocean, and this feeling of sadness is just a gentle wave rising from the depths. You don't have to become the wave, tossed and turned by its power. You can remain the ocean, vast and deep, simply allowing this wave of emotion to rise, to crest, and to dissolve back into the wholeness of you. There is nothing to fix, nothing to do. Your only task is to allow, to witness. Breathe into it. If you feel a tightness in your chest or a lump in your throat, see if you can breathe into that physical sensation. Send your breath to that place like a warm, soothing balm. Your breath is your anchor in the present moment, a reminder that you are safe, right here, right now. Even as you touch upon the sorrows of the past, this grief is not a sign that you are falling apart. It is a sign that your heart is beginning to thaw. Numbness is like a layer of ice over the heart, protecting it from the cold. Grief is the first sensation of that ice beginning to melt, the first sign of movement and flow returning to what was frozen. It is a profoundly hopeful sign. It means you are starting to feel again. And to be able to feel sadness is to reclaim the ability to feel joy. The pathways are the same. A heart that can open to one can open to the other. Let the feeling move through you. It might be a quiet melancholy. It might be a sharp pang of sorrow. It might be the welling of tears behind your eyes. Whatever its form, let it be okay. You are not your emotions, but you are the safe container for all of them. Here, in the dark, no one is watching. No one is judging. You can let go of the need to be strong, to hold it all together. You can simply be with the truth of your own experience, the sadness for the missed sunsets, the sorrow for the half-heard stories, the ache for the laughter that was felt only faintly. Allow these memories to surface, not to dwell on them, but to honor them. Each one is a testament to what you value. The fact that you feel grief for these moments proves how much you cherish connection, how much you value beauty, how deeply you long to be present. This grief is the flip side of your love for life, time 2.0s. And as you allow this wave to move, you can begin the gentle process of letting go of the weight of regret. Regret is the story the mind tells about the past. It's the story of should have and if only. I should have paid more attention. If only I had been more present. These stories, while understandable, are heavy anchors that keep us chained to a past we cannot change. Grief, on the other hand, is the body's wisdom. It doesn't tell a story. It simply feels the loss, processes it, and releases the energy, allowing us to move forward with more wisdom and a softer heart. So, as you feel the sadness, see if you can release the storyline. Let go of the should-haves. You did the best you could. Your autopilot was in control, and it was doing what it thought was necessary to protect you. Blaming yourself for being on autopilot is like blaming yourself for pulling your hand back from a hot stove. It was an instinctual, protective reflex. So, we are not trying to change the past. We are simply acknowledging what has been, with honesty and with compassion. We are allowing ourselves to feel the emotional truth of our journey up to this point. This is a profound act of self-love. It is saying to yourself, I see the whole of my story, the light and the shadow. I see the times of vibrant presence and the long seasons of disconnection. And I hold it all with kindness. I accept it all as part of the path that has led me here. This acceptance is the key that unlocks the chain to the past. When you stop fighting with what was, you free up an immense amount of energy to create what can be. As you continue to rest, imagine that any tears, spoken or unspoken, are like a gentle spring rain, washing the dust from a window pane. With each wave of feeling that you allow, the glass becomes a little clearer. You begin to see not only the past with more clarity and compassion, but the present moment as well. This cleansing of the perceptual doors is the sacred work of grief. It restores our ability to see the world with fresh eyes, with a renewed appreciation for the precious, fleeting nature of every single moment. So do not be afraid of this tenderness in your heart. Welcome it as a long-lost friend. It is the messenger that tells you you are coming home to yourself. It is the gentle rain that prepares the soil of your soul for new growth. Just breathe and allow and let go. The weight is lifting. Now, having created a space of compassion for ourselves and honored the quiet grief for lost time, we can turn toward the autopilot mechanism itself, not as an abstract concept, but as a part of our own consciousness. We can begin a new kind of inner dialogue, one of gratitude and gentle release. In the quiet of your mind, you can consciously call forward this part of you, You might visualize it as a loyal soldier who has been standing guard for years, or as a diligent pilot who has been navigating through endless storms, or simply as an energy, a feeling of density or numbness within you. However it appears to you as perfect, there's no need to force an image. Just set the intention to connect with the part of you that has been running the show, the part that has been keeping you safe by keeping you disconnected. And the first thing we offer it is a sincere and heartfelt thank you. Speak to it silently from the wisest, most compassionate part of your heart. You might say something like, "Thank you. I see you. I see how hard you have been working for me for all these years. I know that your only intention was to protect me, to keep me from being overwhelmed. You took on a burden that was too heavy for me to carry at the time. You faced the world when I couldn't. You kept my life moving forward, kept everything functioning while I was healing in the background. You did a perfect job, and I am so grateful for your service, for your unwavering protection." Feel the authenticity of this gratitude. This isn't just a mental exercise. It's a profound shift in your inner relationship. For so long, you may have been at odds with this part of yourself. You may have resented the numbness, fought against the disconnection, judged the lack of feeling. This internal war is exhausting. Tonight we call a truce. We lay down our arms. We move from a relationship of conflict to one of collaboration and respect. By thanking this protector, you are acknowledging its value and its wisdom. You are validating its existence and its purpose. And just like any person, when this part of you feels seen, heard, and appreciated, it can finally begin to relax. It can soften its rigid stance. It can begin to trust that you, the conscious self, are now ready and able to share the load. After offering your gratitude, the next step is to gently communicate that the situation has changed. The state of emergency is over. The storm has passed. Again, speak to this part of you with kindness and reassurance. You could say, "Your job was to protect me during a time of high alert, and you did it beautifully. But I want you to know that the high alert is over now. We are safe. The threat has diminished. We are no longer in survival mode. It is time to move from surviving to living. Your tireless vigilance is no longer required in the same way. It is now safe to stand down. It is safe to rest." This is a crucial message for your subconscious mind. Your subconscious operates on old information until it is given a clear, new directive. If it still believes you are in the middle of a crisis from 5, 10, or 20 years ago, it will keep running the old protective autopilot program. It needs you, the conscious captain of the ship, to get on the intercom and make a new announcement. To say, "Attention all systems. This is the captain speaking. The red alert condition has been lifted. We are now returning to normal, peaceful operating status. Thank you all for your service." This conscious, intentional communication is how you update the software. You are letting your entire system know that the past is in the past, and a new way of being is now possible. Now, we can offer a powerful and gentle affirmation, a new truth to replace the old narrative of threat and danger. This affirmation can be spoken silently, allowing the words to resonate deep within your body, within your cells. Let's use this one and feel its truth as you repeat it to yourself. I am safe enough now to feel. I am strong enough now to be present. Let's break that down. I am safe enough now to feel. This reassures the protective part of you that the emotions it has been shielding you from are no longer a life-threatening danger. You are in a safe place, a stable enough period in your life where you can handle the ups and downs of feeling. You are no longer that vulnerable person who needed the numbness to survive. You have more resources now, more wisdom, more support. It is safe to allow the sensations of life, both pleasant and unpleasant, to flow through you again. Feeling will not destroy you. In fact, it is what will make you feel truly alive. And the second part, I am strong enough now to be present. This acknowledges your own growth and resilience. You have survived everything your life has brought you so far. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every difficulty, you are still here. That is not a small thing. It is a testament to an incredible inner strength. Being present takes energy. It requires a certain capacity to hold the fullness of the moment. This affirmation is a recognition that you have cultivated that capacity. You are no longer a fragile boat that could be capsized by the smallest wave. You are a deeper, more resilient vessel now. You have the strength to stay, to be here, to not check out, to meet the reality of this moment, just as it is. Repeat these words to yourself as you drift. I am safe enough now to feel. I am strong enough now to be present. Let it be a gentle lullaby for your nervous system. You are not commanding yourself. You are not forcing anything. You are simply offering a new possibility, a gentle, loving permission slip to your entire being. Permission to slowly open the door of that shelter. Permission to let the senses awaken. Permission to put down the heavy burden of hypervigilance and simply be. This is how true change happens. Not through force, but through a foundation of safety, gratitude, and loving communication with all parts of yourself. You are becoming your own compassionate leader, your own gentle guide, leading yourself out of the shadows and back into the gentle light of your own life. Just rest in this new alliance. You and all parts of you, finally on the same team, working together towards a shared goal, wholeness. Having established this new, compassionate dialogue with the protective parts of ourselves, we can now begin the gentle, sensory journey of returning home. For so long, the experience of being on autopilot has been a primarily mental one. The mind has been in charge, running its loops of worry, planning, and analysis, while the body has been largely ignored, treated as a vehicle to carry the head from one task to the next. The process of waking up, therefore, is not about thinking harder or figuring things out. It is a radical shift in focus, away from the abstract, noisy world of the mind and down into the quiet, grounded, truthful reality of the physical body. Your body is the anchor to the present moment. It is incapable of being anywhere but right here, right now. It is your ultimate antidote to the time-traveling anxieties of the mind. And so, we will gently and with great kindness begin to re-inhabit it. Let's start by reawakening the most fundamental of our senses, the sense of touch. Without moving, simply bring your awareness to the points of contact between your body and the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your head on the pillow. Notice the texture of the fabric against your cheek. Feel the gentle pressure where your shoulders, your back, your hips press into the mattress. Don't analyze these sensations. Don't name them. Simply feel them. Let them be a direct, wordless experience. Now bring your awareness to the feel of the blankets or the duvet that covers you. Notice their weight, their softness, their temperature? Is there a place where the cool night air touches your skin? Perhaps on your face, your arms, or your feet. Just notice the subtle difference in sensation between the parts of you that are covered and the parts that are not. You are simply gathering sensory data, re-establishing a connection that may have been dormant for a long time. You are reminding your brain that you exist not just as a thinker, but as a living, breathing, feeling physical being. Now, let's gently shift our focus to the sense of hearing. What can you hear right now, in this moment? Perhaps there is the low hum of an appliance in another room, or the distant sound of traffic. Perhaps you can hear the whisper of the wind outside your window, or the quiet creak of the house settling. Listen not with an effort to identify the sounds, but with the receptive quality of a microphone, simply taking in the entire soundscape of your environment. And within that soundscape, see if you can hear the sound of your own breath. It might be very quiet, almost imperceptible, but just listen for it. Listen for the soft in-breath and the even softer out-breath. This sound is the constant, gentle rhythm of your own aliveness. It is the music that has been playing in the background of your entire life. Tonight, we are simply choosing to notice it, to listen to it, to let it be the anchor that holds us in this peaceful, present moment. Next, let's turn our awareness to the world behind your closed eyes. Notice the darkness. Is it a flat, uniform black, or are there subtle variations in the darkness? Sometimes, you can perceive faint patterns of light and shadow, the afterglow of the day's images. There is nothing to see, and yet there is still a visual field to be experienced. Rest your attention in this soft, velvety darkness. Let it be a soothing, restful place for your eyes, which have worked so hard all day, taking in millions of bits of information. This darkness is a sanctuary. It is a place of pure potential, a blank canvas upon which the images of your dreams will soon be painted. For now, just let your awareness rest in this peaceful, empty space. Let go of all the images of the day and simply be with the quiet of your own inner world. By engaging our senses in this simple, gentle way, we begin to redefine what it means to wake up. In our culture, waking up is often associated with a harsh alarm clock, a jolt, a sudden and often unpleasant transition from the world of sleep to the world of demands and responsibilities. It's a call to action, to doing. But here, we are cultivating a different kind of waking up. This is not a jarring alarm, but a gentle, sensory return home to yourself. It is a process of re-inhabiting your own skin, of remembering that you have a body and that this body is a source of wisdom, pleasure, and grounding. Waking up, in this context, is not about becoming more mentally alert in a stressful way. It is about becoming more sensually alive. It is about closing the gap between the thinking mind and the feeling body. It is the experience of being fully, wholly here. This is a practice you can carry with you into your waking day. The invitation is not to try and be present every single moment. That is an impossible and exhausting goal. The invitation is simply to remember, from time to time, that you have a body. When you find yourself lost in thought, caught in the autopilot of your day, you can gently bring your awareness to a physical sensation. You can feel the warmth of the coffee cup in your hands. You can notice the feeling of your feet on the floor. You can listen, for just one breath, to the sounds around you. Each of these moments is an act of waking up. Each one is a gentle return home. It is not a grand, dramatic event. It is a quiet, simple, and profoundly revolutionary act of self-love and presence. As you drift now, let your awareness continue to float gently between these sensory anchors. The feeling of the blankets, the sound of your breath, the darkness behind your eyes. This is the feeling of being home. This is the feeling of being present. Let this be the state you marinate in as you fall into a deep and restorative sleep. As we sink deeper into this state of sensory awareness, a beautiful and liberating truth begins to dawn. We begin to remember that presence, true aliveness, is not found in grand, extraordinary gestures. It does not require a trip to an exotic location, or a monumental life achievement, or a dramatic, earth-shattering event. The richness of a life lived awake is found in the exquisite texture of the ordinary. It is woven into the fabric of the small, simple, and often overlooked moments that make up our days. The autopilot mind is always scanning the horizon for the next big thing, the next destination, the next solution. It believes that happiness and fulfillment are out there, somewhere in the future, once a certain set of conditions have been met. But the awakened heart knows that the entire universe of experience is available right here, right now, in the humble details of the present moment. Consider the act of drinking a glass of water. The autopilot mind registers it as a task. Thirst, drink, task complete. It is a means to an end. But for the present mind, it is a universe of sensation. There is the feeling of the cool, smooth glass in your hand. There is the sight of the light refracting through the water, the tiny bubbles clinging to the side. There is the subtle clinking sound as you set it down. There is the incredible, life-giving sensation of the cool liquid entering your mouth, quenching your thirst, hydrating every cell in your body. An act that takes 30 seconds can become a profound moment of connection with life itself. This is not about making every sip of water a mystical experience. It is simply about remembering that you have the choice, even for just one sip, to be fully there for it, to receive the simple gift of it. Life's richness is found in the fine print, not just the headlines. It's in the intricate, lace-like pattern of frost on a window pane in winter. It's in the way the morning sun slants through the blinds, creating golden bars of light on the floor. It's in the deep, earthy smell of the ground after a rainstorm. It's in the complex bitterness and warmth of your first cup of coffee. It's in the comforting weight of a pet curled up on your lap. These are not small things. They are everything. They are the stitches that hold the tapestry of our lives together. The autopilot, in its rush to get to the important things, steps right over these everyday treasures without ever seeing them. The journey of waking up is the process of learning to slow down enough to notice them again, to reclaim the simple, sensory wealth that is your birthright. Let's use another analogy. Imagine your life as a magnificent, sprawling museum filled with priceless works of art. Living on autopilot is like sprinting through the museum with a checklist, your eyes fixed on the floor, just trying to get to the exit. You might be able to say, you've done the museum, but you haven't actually seen anything. You haven't stood in front of a painting and let its colors and textures wash over you. You haven't felt the cool, smooth surface of a marble sculpture. You haven't marveled at the intricate details of an ancient artifact. Waking up is like stopping in the middle of that sprint. It's taking a deep breath, lifting your head and truly looking at the single painting right in front of you. It's allowing yourself to be touched by its beauty, to feel its story. You don't have to see every painting in the museum. The goal is not to consume everything. The goal is to truly experience one thing, fully. In that one moment of true seeing, of true feeling, you experience the essence of the entire museum. In one moment of true presence, you experience the essence of your entire life. So, as you lie here, preparing for sleep, let us plant a small, gentle seed of curiosity in the fertile ground of your subconscious mind. This is not a demand or an obligation. It is a simple, loving invitation to your waking self. The invitation is this: tomorrow, just for a moment, choose one simple sensory experience and give it your full, undivided attention. Perhaps it will be the feeling of the warm water on your hands as you wash them. Pay attention to the temperature, the pressure, the sensation of the soap. Perhaps it will be the taste of the first bite of your breakfast. Before you chew, let it rest on your tongue for a moment. Notice its flavor, its texture, its temperature. Perhaps it will be the act of stepping outside. For just 10 seconds, stop and feel the air on your face. Notice its quality. Is it cool, warm, humid, breezy? Notice the quality of the light. Listen to the ambient sounds. That's it. One moment. You are not trying to change your whole day. You are not trying to achieve a state of permanent mindfulness. You are simply gifting yourself one small, exquisite moment of being fully alive. Think of it as a small act of rebellion against the tyranny of the autopilot. A quiet declaration that your life is more than a to-do list. It is a sensory feast, and you are finally ready to take your seat at the table. This small practice, repeated over time, begins to carve new neural pathways in your brain. It strengthens the muscle of attention. It reminds your system, again and again, of the simple, profound pleasure of being here. And the more you taste these moments, the more you will naturally want to seek them out. It is not a discipline. It becomes a delight. The journey of waking up is not a path of effort, but a path of pleasure, a path of remembering how to savor the incredible gift of your own senses. Let this gentle curiosity be the last thought you hold as you drift off to sleep. A quiet wonder about what simple, beautiful detail your waking self might choose to notice tomorrow. As this gentle intention for tomorrow settles into your being, let's turn our awareness inward again to a profound and reassuring truth. Beneath the noise of the autopilot, beneath the layers of numbness, beneath the fatigue and the fog, there has always been a part of you that has been awake. There is a core self, a silent witness that has been here all along. This part of you was never fooled by the autopilot's distractions. It was never truly lost in the numbness. It has been patiently observing, waiting, holding the space for your return. This is the pilot. The true pilot of your life has not been the mechanical, robotic program of the autopilot. The true pilot is you. This deep, quiet, aware presence at the center of your being. It may have been a passenger for a while, resting in the back, but it has never, ever left the aircraft. Can you feel this part of you now? It is the part of you that is listening to these words, not just hearing them. It is the part of you that resonates with the truth of this journey. It is the quiet stillness behind your thoughts. It is the spacious awareness in which all your feelings arise and pass away. You don't have to strive to find it. You are it. Your very act of noticing the breath, noticing the numbness, noticing the desire for more, is the evidence of its presence. It is the unchanging background against which the changing story of your life unfolds. This core self is your anchor, your true north. It is the source of your resilience, your wisdom, and your capacity for love. Waking up is not about creating this self. It is simply about recognizing that it has always been here and learning to identify with it more and more. This pilot, this core you, is unbelievably resilient. Let's take a moment to truly honor that. Consider everything you have survived to get to this point in your life. The challenges, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, the losses, the periods of intense stress and uncertainty. You have navigated all of it. You have weathered every storm. Your autopilot was a key part of that survival, a brilliant strategy deployed by your system. But the strength to endure, the will to keep going, the spark of hope that never quite went out, that came from this core self. Your resilience is the very ground upon which you now stand. It is not a fragile thing. It is a deep, unshakable strength, forged in the fires of your own life experience. As you lie here, feel into that strength. It is in the steady beat of your heart. It is in the rhythmic rise and fall of your chest. It is in the very fact of your existence. You are a survivor in the most profound and beautiful sense of the word. And that same strength that got you through everything in your past is the very strength you will now use to reclaim your present. From this place of recognizing your own resilience, you can begin to gently reclaim your ability to choose. The autopilot feels like it's in control, but that is an illusion. It is a program that runs automatically, but you always retain the power to override it. You, the pilot, can choose to take the controls at any moment. This is not about a forceful, aggressive takeover. It is a gentle, conscious steering. Think of your awareness as the rudder of a ship. For a long time, the rudder may have been locked in place, held by the automatic navigation system, keeping you on a safe but uninspired course. Reclaiming your ability to choose is like gently placing your hands on the wheel and realizing you can make small, subtle adjustments. When you find yourself lost in a familiar loop of anxious thought, you can choose to gently steer your awareness back to the feeling of your feet on the floor. When you notice you've just eaten a meal without tasting it, you can choose, with the very next bite, to steer your awareness back to the sensations in your mouth. When you catch yourself nodding along in a conversation while your mind is elsewhere, you can choose to steer your awareness back to the sound of the other person's voice, to the look in their eyes. Each of these is a small, powerful choice. It is a declaration that says, I am the pilot. I am choosing my destination in this moment. And in this moment, my destination is here. This is the essence of freedom. Freedom is not about controlling the outer circumstances of your life. It is about your ability to choose where you place your attention in any given moment. The autopilot wants to place your attention on past regrets or future worries. It is constantly pulling you out of the only moment where life is actually happening, right now. Your power lies in your ability to gently and without judgment guide your attention back home to the present. You don't have to do it perfectly. You will get lost in thought again. The autopilot will re-engage. That is the nature of the mind. The practice is not about never getting lost. The practice is about the gentle, compassionate act of returning over and over and over again. Every time you notice you are lost and you gently guide yourself back, you are strengthening your muscle of presence. you are reminding yourself that you are the pilot. So, let this affirmation sink into you as you rest. I am the pilot. I have survived so much, and my resilience is the ground upon which I now stand. I have the power to choose where I place my attention. Feel the quiet strength in these words. Feel the sense of agency, of gentle authority. You are not a helpless passenger being taken for a ride. You are the one with your hands on the wheel. The journey ahead is not about fighting the winds and the waves. It is about learning to steer with skill, with grace, and with a deep, abiding trust in your own inner compass. The part of you that knows the way home has always been there. And now, you are simply learning to listen to its quiet guidance once again. Rest in this knowing. You are capable. You are resilient. You are the pilot. Now, let's strengthen this connection to our core self, to the pilot at the controls, by gently dipping back into the well of our own memory. Our bodies and our minds hold a perfect, vibrant archive of every moment we have truly lived. Even if those moments feel distant or rare, they exist within us as a cellular memory, a felt sense of what it is like to be fully present and alive. We are going to gently access this archive, not to live in the past, but to bring the feeling tone of aliveness into the present, reminding our entire system of its own innate capacity for presence. This is not about mental recall. It's about emotional and sensory re-experiencing. So, allow your mind to drift back, gently, with no pressure at all. Let it scan over the landscape of your life and see if it can land on one simple memory where you felt truly, uncomplicatedly alive. It doesn't need to be a major life event. In fact, the simplest moments are often the most powerful. Perhaps it was a time in nature. Can you recall a moment standing before a vast ocean, feeling the spray on your face and hearing the thunderous roar of the waves? Or maybe it was a quiet moment in a forest, with sunlight filtering through the leaves, the scent of damp earth in the air, a profound sense of peace settling over you. Perhaps it was a moment watching a sunset, mesmerized as the sky bled from brilliant orange to soft lavender. Don't just think about the image. Try to recall the feeling. What did it feel like in your body to be there? Was there a sense of expansion in your chest, a feeling of awe, a quiet joy? Or maybe your memory is connected to music. Can you remember a time when a piece of music completely captivated you? You weren't analyzing it or thinking about it. You were simply immersed in it. The melody, the harmony, the rhythm seemed to move through you, dissolving the boundary between you and the sound. You became the music. What did that feel like? Where did you feel the vibration in your body? Was there a sense of release, of transcendence, of being connected to something larger than yourself? Perhaps it was a moment of simple human connection, a time of uncontrollable laughter with a dear friend, where you laughed so hard your stomach ached and tears streamed down your face. In that moment, there was no past, no future, just the pure, uninhibited joy of the present. Or maybe it was a moment of deep, quiet intimacy with a loved one, a simple shared glance that conveyed more than words ever could. Or the profound comfort of a heartfelt hug, a feeling of being completely safe and accepted. Again, go beyond the story of the memory and into the felt sense of it. What was the physical sensation of that joy, that connection, that safety? Just choose one memory. Whatever comes to you first is perfect. There's no need to search for the best one. Trust the wisdom of your subconscious to offer you exactly what you need right now. And once you have it, gently step into it. Use your senses to bring it to life. What could you see? What could you hear? What could you smell or taste? Most importantly, what could you feel, both on your skin and inside your body? Let the emotional essence of that memory begin to fill you, right here, right now. Feel the echo of that past aliveness as a present reality in your body. Notice what happens. Perhaps your breathing deepens. Perhaps you feel a warmth spreading through your chest. Perhaps the corners of your mouth lift into a gentle smile. Your body remembers. Your cells remember what it feels like to be awake, to be present, to be fully engaged with life. This capacity for presence is not something you have lost. It is not something you need to go out and find. It is a part of you. It is dormant, perhaps, like a seed buried under the snow of winter. But it is not dead. It is waiting. And by revisiting these memories, we are like the first warm rays of spring sun, gently melting the snow, reminding the seed of its own potential to grow. You are watering that seed with the energy of your own remembered joy, your own remembered peace, your own remembered connection. You are reminding your nervous system of its on state, showing it what it is we are moving towards, not by force, but by gentle, loving invitation. This practice demonstrates a profound truth. Your past is not just a source of pain or regret. It is also a library of resources. It contains within it all the evidence you will ever need that you are capable of deep presence and profound joy. When you feel lost in the fog of the autopilot, you can learn to call upon these memories as anchors. You can close your eyes for just 30 seconds and re-inhabit that moment on the beach, or that feeling of listening to your favorite song, or that burst of laughter. This is not about escaping the present. It is about borrowing the charge from a past moment of presence to illuminate the current one. It's like using a spark from an old fire to light a new one. The potential for fire, for warmth, for light, is always there within the wood. You are just reminding yourself how to strike the match. So as you continue to drift towards sleep, let the feeling tone of your chosen memory be your companion. Let it infuse your being. Let it be a reminder that the person who experienced that moment of aliveness is the same person lying in this bed right now. Nothing essential has been lost. It has only been covered over. And you are now gently, patiently, lovingly removing the coverings, allowing your own inner light to shine once more. The capacity for a rich, present, and deeply felt life is not a distant goal. It is a memory waiting to be reawakened within you. Rest in that beautiful, hopeful truth as the echo of that vibrant memory settles within you. Let's gently weave this understanding into a sustainable vision for your future. It is crucial, as we embark on this journey of waking up, to hold it with the right spirit. This is not another project for the perfectionistic mind to grasp onto. It is not another item on your to-do list. Achieve enlightenment. Become perfectly present. To approach it this way is to invite the very same striving, goal-oriented energy of the autopilot that we are seeking to soften. The great paradox is that true presence cannot be achieved through effort. It can only be allowed, invited, and received. Therefore, the most important integration is to understand that this journey is a gentle, ongoing practice, not a destination. There will be no grand finish line you cross, where you are suddenly awake for all time. There will be days of beautiful clarity and presence, where you feel deeply connected to yourself and the world around you. You will savor your food, truly hear your loved ones, and feel the magic in ordinary moments. And there will be other days where you are tired or stressed or overwhelmed, and you find yourself right back in the familiar fog of the autopilot. Days where you will eat a whole meal without tasting it. Days where you will drive to work and not remember the journey. And this is not a failure. It is simply part of the rhythm of being a sensitive human in a complex world. The goal is not to eliminate the autopilot, but to develop a more conscious and flexible relationship with it. It is to recognize when it has taken over and to know with gentle confidence how to call yourself back home, even for just a moment. So, the first and most important step in weaving this into your future is to release, right now, any pressure to be perfectly present all the time. Let that impossible expectation dissolve. It is a heavy burden that will only lead to frustration and self-judgment, which are the very energies that trigger the autopilot in the first place. Instead, can you adopt an attitude of gentle, loving curiosity? Can you approach your days with the spirit of a friendly scientist, simply observing your own patterns of attention without harsh judgment? Ah, how fascinating. There's the autopilot again. I was just lost in thought for 20 minutes. Isn't that interesting? This shift from judgment to curiosity is the key. It keeps your heart open and your mind receptive. It turns every moment of failure into a valuable piece of data, another opportunity to practice the gentle art of returning. Let's reframe success. Success on this path is not measured by how long you can stay present. Success is measured by the speed and kindness with which you return to the present after you've noticed you've been lost. It's about shortening the gap between being on autopilot and realizing you're on autopilot. In the beginning, you might go a whole day in a fog and only realize it as you're getting into bed. That realization is a victory. You noticed. The next time, you might notice halfway through the afternoon. Another victory. With practice, you might notice after an hour, then after 10 minutes, then in the very moment you drift away. The practice is in the noticing. The practice is in the returning. And the quality of that return is everything. If you return with a harsh mental command, stop daydreaming, pay attention, you are just reinforcing a cycle of internal conflict. But if you return with a gentle whisper, ah, there you are, welcome back, you are cultivating a relationship of kindness and compassion with yourself. As you move into sleep and into the days that follow, hold this gentle affirmation in your heart. Let it be the guiding principle of your practice. Every moment I choose to notice is a moment I have truly lived. Let the power of that sink in. It completely reframes the game. It means that your life is not a collection of moments that were either good, present, or bad, distracted. Instead, your life becomes a collection of moments of noticing. Each time you wake up from the daydream, you have not failed. You have succeeded. You have just lived a real moment. The moment of waking up is the moment of aliveness. This takes all the pressure off. All that is ever asked of you is to notice, just for an instant. To notice the feeling of your breath. To notice the color of the sky. To notice the tension in your shoulders. That single moment of noticing is a jewel of priceless value. And if you can collect just a few of these jewels each day, you will begin to feel an immeasurable increase in the richness and meaning of your life. This is a path of softness, of patience, of profound self-compassion. It is a marathon, not a sprint. You are unlearning a lifetime of conditioning and relearning a way of being that is your natural state, but one that has been forgotten. Be as patient with yourself as you would be with a small child learning to walk. They will fall down 1,000 times. They will stumble and get distracted. But you would never scold them for it. You would simply smile, offer them a hand, and encourage them to try again. Can you offer yourself that same unwavering, gentle encouragement? Can you be your own loving champion on this journey home? As you drift off to sleep, let go of all striving. Let go of any agenda to fix yourself. Simply rest in the understanding that this is a slow, organic unfolding. You have planted the seeds. You have watered them with your awareness and your intention. Now, you must trust the process. Your subconscious mind will work on this while you sleep, integrating these new understandings, preparing the ground for a little more light to enter your waking life tomorrow. There is nothing more for you to do. Just rest. Trust in the gentle, unfolding wisdom of your own being. The journey is not a race. It is a slow, beautiful dance of remembering. Building on this foundation of gentle, non-striving practice, let's now create a simple and beautiful bridge between your sleeping self and your waking self. We will set a soft, quiet intention for tomorrow, not as a command or a task, but as a loving, whispered invitation. This is a way of communicating to your subconscious mind in this highly receptive state just before sleep what you would like to move towards. It's like placing a signpost on the path of your day, a gentle reminder that points the way back home to presence. This is not about adding another should to your morning. It's about offering a gift, a small, precious gift of aliveness that you can give to your future self. The most powerful intentions are the simplest, the most tangible, the most sensory. Grand, abstract goals like, I will be present all day, are too big for the mind to hold and often lead to a sense of failure. But a small, specific, sensory intention is achievable, and each time you fulfill it, you build a little more trust and momentum. So, let's craft one together, right now. Let your mind gently scan the first few moments of your typical morning. The moment you first wake up, the act of getting out of bed, the first thing you drink, the feeling of the shower, the act of brushing your teeth. Just let these simple scenes float by. Now, let's choose one. Perhaps the intention will be to simply notice the very first taste of your first drink in the morning. Before you gulp it down on your way to the next thing, the invitation is to pause, just for one sip. Whether it's water or tea or coffee, just for that first sip, bring all of your awareness to it. Notice its temperature in your mouth. Notice its full, complex flavor. Notice the feeling of the liquid as you swallow, the sensation of it spreading warmth or coolness through your body. That's it. A 5-second gift of presence. After that one mindful sip, you can go back to drinking normally. The goal has been met. You have given yourself the gift. Or perhaps your intention will be focused on the shower. For just 30 seconds of your shower, the invitation is to fully experience the sensation of the water on your skin. Feel the warmth. Feel the individual droplets. Listen to the sound the water makes as it hits the tiles. Notice the scent of the soap or the shampoo. You are not thinking about the day ahead. You are not replaying conversations from yesterday. For just 30 seconds, you are simply a body under a stream of warm water. A pure sensory experience. A moment of waking up your body before you wake up your mind. Maybe your intention is even simpler. It could be to notice the feeling of your feet touching the floor for the first time when you get out of bed. Before you rush off, just pause for 3 seconds. Feel the texture of the floor. Is it a cool, smooth wood or a soft, warm carpet? Feel the solidness of the ground beneath you, supporting you, ready to hold you for the day ahead. This simple act can ground your entire energy for the day, bringing you out of your head and into your body from the very first moment you are upright. Choose one of these, or create one of your own that feels right for you. Make it small. Make it sensory. Make it feel like a treat, not a chore. And now, hold that gentle intention in your mind. Frame it as a loving invitation to your waking self. You might silently say, "Tomorrow morning, I invite my waking self to enjoy the gift of noticing the taste of my first sip of coffee." Or, "I offer my future self the gift of feeling the warm water in the shower for just a few moments." The language is important. It is soft, permissive, and kind. It is an offering, not an order. This framing removes all pressure. If you remember, beautiful. You receive the gift. If you forget, that's okay too. The autopilot was strong that morning. No judgment. The invitation will be there again the next day. By setting this intention in this way, you are doing something remarkable. You are acting as your own guardian angel. Your nighttime self, in this state of deep wisdom and peace, is looking out for your daytime self, who might be stressed and distracted. You are leaving a little breadcrumb of light for yourself to find in the morning. You are building a bridge of care and compassion between the different states of your own consciousness. This is a profound act of self-love. It's a quiet promise that you will not abandon yourself to the fog of unconsciousness. You will continue to gently, lovingly call yourself back home. Now, feel the quiet hope and possibility that this gentle shift can bring. Can you feel how this approach is different? It's not about a violent struggle for control. It's about a slow, patient, and loving courtship with the present moment. It's about infusing your life with small, sacred pauses. These pauses don't take time away from your day. They give you your day back. They are the moments that transform a life of getting through into a life of being in. And it all starts with one small, gentle intention. One mindful sip. 30 seconds of sensory awareness. One moment of feeling your feet on the floor. This is how a life is reclaimed. Not all at once in a thunderclap of insight, but moment by moment, breath by breath, with infinite tenderness and a courage that is quiet yet unshakable. Let this gentle promise to yourself be the final, comforting thought that you hold as you release the day completely and surrender to the deep, healing peace of sleep. And now, as we approach the shores of sleep, it is time to let go of all the concepts we have been exploring. It is time to release the ideas of autopilot and presence, of past and future, of intentions and practices. The mind has done its beautiful work of understanding, of reframing, of setting gentle intentions. We can thank it for its service, and now allow it to rest. The final stage of this journey for tonight is a shift from active reflection to pure, simple, sensory experience. It is a descent from the thinking mind into the deep, quiet hum of being. This is the ultimate ground, the place we have been traveling toward all along. The simple, profound peace of simply being here. There is nothing left to figure out, nothing left to solve. You have done enough. You are enough. The only thing that remains is to rest in the truth of your own aliveness, just as it is in this moment. So, bring your awareness for one last time to the gentle, rhythmic movement of your own breath. But this time, let go of any effort to watch it or control it. Simply feel it. Feel the sensation of the air entering your nostrils, a little cooler on the in-breath. Feel the gentle expansion of your chest or your belly as you breathe in. Feel the slight pause at the top of the breath, and then feel the complete release, the letting go. As your body breathes out, the air a little warmer as it leaves. You are not doing the breathing. You are being breathed. Life is breathing you. Can you surrender to that? Can you trust this ancient, wise rhythm that has sustained you every moment of your life without you ever having to think about it? Just rest in that rhythm. Let it be a gentle, rocking wave, carrying you out into the deep, calm ocean of sleep. Now, expand your awareness to include your entire body. Feel the simple aliveness that is humming quietly in every single cell. Start with your feet. Can you feel a subtle sensation of warmth, or tingling, or just a quiet energy in your feet and toes? You don't have to imagine it. Just notice what is actually there. Let your awareness travel up into your legs, feeling their weight, their solidity, their quiet presence. Move into your hips, your belly, your lower back, feeling the center of your body, the core of your physical being. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly with each breath. This is the engine room of your life, working perfectly, silently, in the background. Bring your awareness into your chest, the home of your heart. Feel the steady, faithful beat of your heart within your chest. It may be too subtle to feel directly, but you can know that it is there, pumping life through you, a constant, reassuring rhythm of, I am here, I am alive, I am here, I am alive. Let your awareness fill your shoulders and flow down your arms into your hands and fingers. Feel the energy at the tips of your fingers. Feel the simple, profound fact of your hands, these incredible instruments that have held so much, created so much, done so much for you. Now just let them rest. Let them be completely empty, completely at peace. Finally, bring your awareness up into your neck, your jaw, your face, your head. Feel the weight of your head on the pillow and give yourself permission to let it be fully supported. Release any last remaining tension in the tiny muscles around your eyes, your forehead, your jaw. Let your entire body be heavy, soft, and completely at rest. You are now simply a field of sensation, a quiet, humming landscape of aliveness. There is no thinker. There is only the feeling of being. In this state, you are deeply connected to the essence of life itself. You are not separate from it. You are a wave in the ocean of it. The same energy that spins the galaxies and grows the trees is the energy that is beating your heart and breathing your body. There is a profound, deep rightness to your existence. You belong here. You are a perfect and essential part of this universe, exactly as you are. There is nothing you need to do to earn your place. There is nothing you need to change to be worthy. Your very existence is your worthiness. Your breath is your worthiness. The simple, quiet hum of being that animates your body is the ultimate proof that you belong. Rest in this feeling of belonging. Let it soothe every part of you that has ever felt lost or alone or not enough. You are home, right here, in the simple fact of your own body. You are home. Now, as the final step, let go of even this sensory awareness. Let go of the anchor of the body. Let your mind be completely free. Allow it to drift, to float, to dissolve. You have given it a new direction, a new set of gentle instructions, and now you can trust it to do its work while you sleep. You can release all conscious thought, all effort, all control. You are simply sinking now, sinking into a deep and profound peace, sinking into the vast, quiet space that exists beneath all thought, all feeling, all sensation. This is the space of pure consciousness. It is the source of all healing, all creativity, all renewal, and it is your truest nature. As you surrender to sleep, you are surrendering to this deepest part of yourself. You are going home to the source. Trust the process. Let go. Everything is okay. Just be. The final letting go is a gentle surrender, a trusting release into the unknown. Sleep is coming now, not as an escape, but as a continuation of this journey inward. It is a sacred space where the conscious mind, with all its efforts and analyses, can finally stand down, allowing the deeper, older wisdom of the body and the subconscious to take over. All the seeds we have planted tonight, the compassionate awareness of the autopilot, the honoring of its protective role, the gentle grief for lost time, the reclaiming of sensory experience, the quiet intention for tomorrow, all of these have been received. You do not need to hold on to them. You can release them now into the fertile darkness of your restorative sleep, trusting that they will be integrated in a way that is perfect for you. Your subconscious mind is a masterful gardener. It will tend to these seeds, watering them, nurturing them, allowing them to sprout in their own time, in their own beautiful way. Think of your sleep not as a void, an empty space between days, but as an active, intelligent, and profoundly healing state. It is a great alchemical chamber where the experiences of the day are processed, where memories are consolidated, where cellular repair takes place, and where the soul is cleansed. As you drift into this space, you are not becoming unconscious. You are entering a different kind of consciousness, one that is vast, mysterious, and deeply connected to the source of life itself. The work of waking up continues even, and perhaps especially when you are asleep. You have set a new course, and the great silent currents of your being will now carry you forward even as you rest. There is nothing more for you to do. The work is being done for you and through you. All that is required is your surrender. And what is it that we are waking up to, really? Is it just about noticing the taste of our coffee or the color of the sunset? Yes, it is that. But it is also something more. Perhaps waking up is about remembering our own nature. We are not machines designed for productivity. We are not computers designed for data processing. We are living, breathing organisms, woven from the same fabric as the stars and the trees and the oceans. We are designed for connection, for feeling, for wonder, for love. To live on autopilot is to live in a state of forgetting this fundamental truth. It is to live as if we are only our roles, our jobs, our thoughts, our problems. To wake up is to remember the vast, luminous being that is living through these roles, thinking these thoughts, and experiencing these problems. It is to remember that you are the sky, not just the weather. What if the distance we feel from our lives is not a personal failure, but a collective homesickness, a deep cultural yearning for a way of being that is slower, deeper, and more connected, a longing to return to the rhythms of our own bodies and the rhythms of the natural world? Perhaps this journey is not just for you. Perhaps every time you choose to pause and feel your breath, you are casting a vote for a different kind of world. Every time you choose presence over distraction, you are sending a ripple of peace out from your own center. You are, in your own quiet way, healing not just your own life, but the world you are a part of. Your own awakening is a gift to everyone you will ever meet. A present person is a sanctuary for others. Their calm is contagious. Their listening is a form of love. Their ability to see the beauty in the ordinary reminds others that beauty is always available. As you drift on the edge of sleep, hold these questions gently, not to be answered, but to be felt. What if the most important thing you could ever do is to simply be here for your own life? What if your presence is the greatest gift you have to offer the world? What if the purpose of it all is not to achieve something great, but to experience everything, the joy and the sorrow, the light and the dark, with an open and compassionate heart? There are no final answers. There is only the living of the questions, day by day, moment by moment. And the journey begins again tomorrow, with the first gentle light of dawn, with the first conscious breath, with the first mindful sip. It is a simple, humble, and infinitely profound path. And you are on it. You are doing it. You are remembering. Sleep is coming now, a gentle tide, washing away the remnants of the day. Feel it drawing you out into a deep and healing rest. You are here. You are whole. You are safe. Just rest